My name is Nicole Kasinskas, and I'm from Nashua, New Hampshire, and I'm currently 24 years old. I lived with both of my parents and my younger brother until I was 11 years old, and my parents got divorced, and so my dad moved out. I think after my parents got divorced and I was dealing with that, I became a little bit angrier. I had a little bit more resentment towards him, and it did change my perspectives about myself and about life in general. I guess even as a 11-year-old, school really became my self-worth. And I really identified with how, like, whatever my grades were, however I was doing in school, I felt it reflected on me personally, because I felt that it was so much a part of who I was. I never got in trouble in middle school. I never got spoken to. I never had a detention. It never even really crossed my mind to do anything that would be against the rules. It would have been helpful if there was more of an acknowledgement that I was doing so well. I think it also would have been helpful if there was more involvement with guidance or something, just more of like a check-in, see how things are going. As I got older, it was easier for me to isolate from people. I think at that point I'd just gotten used to being more alone as opposed to being around people. And it just became a part of who I was. Maybe if I was more open, or maybe if someone had tried harder to reach out, that it could have been different. Well, this is where it starts getting into scary business for me. I'll tell you that. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna cry. I don't talk about this stuff, so this is really the first time. Okay. I think that my relationship with my mom was good. It was fine. I loved my mom. And that changed when, I'm not saying I stopped loving my mom, but our relationship changed. I'm not going to say that we were the most open family, because we weren't. We didn't talk about every little thing. I don't remember ever once talking about my parents' divorce with either of them. But the thing is, we didn't really talk about much of anything. When I was 14, I became involved with a 17-year-old boy. This is really stemming into why I'm here now. He lived in Connecticut, and so our relationship was almost 100% over the phone. But it became everything to me very quickly because of the amount of attention that he paid me. And I didn't really feel that I was getting that from anywhere else. I really just did whatever I could to maintain that relationship, because I didn't want to lose that. I didn't want to lose him. And I quickly learned how it would go if I didn't always do everything that he wanted me to do. At that point, getting to be 15, 16 years old, I would fight more with my mom, and there was a lot more to fight about, especially with, this relationship that I was having with this kid. He started talking about killing himself on the road, driving into a big truck. Because of leaving me because of his sadness over it. And I think now, now it just sounds silly, you know? But it wasn't then. And it was terrifying to me because I didn't know how to, sorry. Because of the way that our relationship was, because he had become so much a part of my life. And I mean, I really didn't feel like I was anything without him. I had nothing in my life at that time. I felt at that time. So the thought of losing him in that way just wasn't okay with me, you know? And that is unfortunately when conversations started about ultimately what happened. I guess I don't really want to go into too many details, but I was 16 and he was 18 at that time. And I guess I should give you some background. He killed my mom, and I was a part of it. I was not physically there, but I knew, and I helped him. I was, you know, going through the motions of what was being done. But mentally and emotionally, I don't think I was fully there. I don't think I was fully getting it. Our relationship was definitely emotionally abusive. And I think now, over time, from looking at it, my perspectives on that have changed so much. I feel like he is responsible for his actions and I am responsible for mine. I feel like I didn't really get that. And I feel like in order to be emotionally abused, in order to stand for it and stay in it, there's got to be something missing in you. There's got to be something hurting already, or something's not there, something's not right. And that needs to be figured out and found and fixed. Regardless of how a child is acting or what's coming off, there's more inside that kids need help with, or guidance, or just to have some type of connection with someone. You need to have relationships with people ahead of time so that when the bad stuff does happen, it's not just, you know, you're not just coming into it expecting to work it out. Like, you need to be able to have a firm foundation with that person in order to really work it out. I had no goals. I had no hopes and dreams. You know, you need to have your own hobbies and friends and stuff. And outside of that relationship, there needs to be that balance. I just never had that. I never figured that out. Maybe if someone had said something like, I see you. I see that there's more to you than this. And I want to see more of you. I'm here for you. I care about you. I mean, everyone needs help. Everyone needs support. We can lie to ourselves, but everyone needs help. My original sentence was 40 years to life. It is now 37 and a half to life, based on a plea that if I acquired my GED, I would get 2.5 years off. I don't mark days off on my calendar. Like, I don't do those types of things. This is my life now, and I want to live it. I don't want to just look at it as one day down closer to my real life. Like, this is my real life. And I smile a lot, and I live a lot, and I'm happy a lot, and I just prefer it that way. I don't want to get lost in the sadness of it, because you can, and I have. But if I can choose not to, if I can be stronger than that, then I want to. And it makes me feel freer. It makes me feel like I have more control over my life.